Hello, how you guys doing? So this evening I'm just doing a chill stream this evening, just to analyse one of the games from Masters Rekyavic, which is really interesting, great tournament, just between Nuturn and Fnatic in the quarterfinals essentially. Anyway, so I'm just going to analyse map 1 between Fnatic and Nuturn in the quarterfinals, or is it semi-finals? Let me just double check. Yeah, just the lower bracket finals essentially. I think you'd call that semi-finals basically. It's not labelled properly on the website, but that doesn't matter. So anyway, between Nuturn and Fnatic, so map 1 playing bind. Got my pencil set up as well. Fantastic. So we've got the agent select already, which is Fnatic and Nuturn's both chosen there. So let's just hover over and have a look. So we've got Viper, Sova, Brim, Raze, Sky, which is great. Not too many Astras in this game. I'm sure there'll be Astras in the later game, with it being a huge sort of Astra meta at the tournament and different teams having different approaches and opinions on Astra. Then we've got a sort of standard Jet, Breach, Raze, Sova, Omen set up here as well, which is great. So we've got Omen on the smokes here. Both teams have got Sova. Is there anything interesting with these comps really? It's pretty standard, so Breach and Sky fulfill similar roles for flashing for the team and everything. And Raze and Jet, the different teams' entries. So Bind's a map generally that's been out since the game's been released and everything. So huge numbers of teams are really familiar with it. So it's a really interesting battleground sort of map, and it's a quite close quarters map. Slightly CT sided, but not necessarily in pro play, just because all the teams are going to be used to it anyway, which is fab. So I'll just continue the video for a minute. So what we've got here, coming up here, is just this pistol round setup. So we're just going to do a quick look at this. So we've got Nuturn on A site, bunching up here. Just a little more info before I leap into things as well. Nuturn are the champions coming out of the Korean region essentially, and Fnatic are the European champions coming out of there, with this being the semi-final. So really big set of matches here, with really talented, well-oiled teams here that have been watching each other's VODs and everything, just to get really slick with it and everything. These standard setups here. Also, this video format that I'm doing is really similar to Sean Gares, who you may have seen on YouTube, who's obviously a Counter-Strike professional or ex-professional, does really quality videos. I think quite a few Counter-Strike pros and ex-pros do that sort of thing really well. Anyway, so we've got them set up on A site here, and then Fnatic just sort of bunching up at different points here, playing off contact, listening for info, this sort of thing. And then about a minute later in the round, obviously they'll do their execute later in the round. So we'll just play here and see what's happening. Got my cup of char as well. Yep, so we've got Nuturn sort of posturing towards, no, not Nuturn, sorry, Fnatic posturing towards B currently. So we've got Lakia lurking around here. We've got Raze. These rounds happen so fast. Raze sort of on site, so they've already taken site essentially really well. They've got that entry frag onto, I say entry frag, so Lakia has already taken out Boaster, but Boaster traded in to get onto the site anyway, which debatably helps more anyway. So that kill in a lot of ways can be seen as worthwhile, because they can see, because you've got that Viper setup. So Viper's really good in the post plant, being able to get off those lineup mollies essentially. So that's really useful for them there. We'll just continue here for the minute. So yeah, just taking the angles now. They're set off the post plant. They're not really peeking too much. Just good. Yep, so you can see here that Mystic, I remember this round quite well. I was cheering along. If you can't tell, I'm European anyway, obviously. Just really probably Fnatic sided, but got great appreciation of the Korean esports scene as well, which has had huge success in the Overwatch League and League of Legends as well. So the Koreans proven themselves as well, not just the Europeans, that the Koreans are also huge sort of big players, it seems, in the Valorant international scene as well, so definitely to look out for. But anyway, regardless, Mystic's Viper is sat just on long B there, obviously with this really nice molly set up, and is going to try and fire off those. He's already got a kill there with his molly, just to deny the defuse and everything here as well, which is great. That molly's going to come back down in there as well. Oh no, he's run out of mollies. Oh no. I forgot that happened in this round. So he might have already used his mollies, I can't remember, but obviously didn't manage to get that set up correctly there. It should have worked, and it works in a lot of rounds generally in this match and other matches. Viper's great at those post plants. It didn't work out in this round. Yep, so we've got this sort of standard setup again. It's interesting that they've got both duelist sort of Jet and Raze, and this is before Breach's sort of recent changes to make it more duelist like with the fast flashing. So they've got their, you know, their carry sort of duelist posturing more towards A. I think I haven't analysed too many other sort of pro teams like this currently, but A, with it being a bigger bomb site, does need these sort of things here. But yeah, you can use the Raze here, not Mystic, Doma's Raze here, just to get info with the boom bot, and also Sova's arrow, the standard arrow that you'll be shooting off on long as well, with Sky and Sova on Nuturn side as well, Lakia and no, ignore me, so that would be Magnum and Durka on Fnatic, because Fnatic are playing attackers this round. Just doing a similar sort of thing here, essentially just finding info on those other sides of the map with them listening in the center as well, and Raze boom botting as well, which is great, just for that info, that early round info, which is always really useful. RT's going cold. Actually gets donked there. Fnatic coming in. They've massively nerfed, not massively, but they've really nerfed the Ares sort of heavy gun recently with that price point as well, just in the recent patch after this tournament, just because it does get a lot of value there. So let's just look at this setup here. So they've got Omen. I'm not sure who's smoked here so far, but I assume it's Omen coming in for the defense there. No, that's Brimstone, so the attacking Brimstone, which will be, yeah, Boaster. Boaster's dead already, but he got those smokes off in time just to get everyone into the site, which is great. Boaster as well, obviously playing that Brimstone, can sort of complement Mystic's playstyle as well. I believe we see it later in the match as well, just this sort of double lineup molly setup, so being, you know, almost a kilometre away on the other side of the map and being able to fire a molly off in the post plant position just to secure those rounds is really useful. So let's just see how this round plays out briefly. They've got a really good rotation here as well, so Nuturn have rotated really well on this so far. So 4v3 currently. Yeah, again, so Sky just pushing in for these infos here. Fnatic Magnum. So already sent his bird in, and the bird makes a shrieking noise whenever it blinds someone, so it's useful as both an initiating flash and also info grabbing tool as well. And he's just going to dog off this here, using his dog ability just to chase up there to get more info here. He might get ran on by Nuturn Perry here, we'll have to see. And Viper, so Mystic's also setting up this line here as well. I've seen quite a few of Boaster, the Fnatic team here, several of them are British. Mystic and Boaster are both British players. But yeah, Boaster speaking, he's the in-game leader for Fnatic as well, speaking a lot about this lineup here that he basically is stating that he borderline invented, and then afterwards in the tournament everyone else following up with this lineup on A here as well, that he says he essentially invented, which is great. I've seen this lineup loads. It's a really useful lineup, and blocks off absolutely everything. You can get smokes in on the right side of A as well. So yeah, Fnatic are now sort of funneling. They've got trying to take Bathroom's control, but funneling onto this site. But Nuturn seem to be sort of still holding Bathroom here as well, quite successfully, which is going to put a huge, I think Boaster calls it, makes it quite awkward. So it's going to make it quite awkward for them to secure site correctly if Nuturn have got this little stronghold in Bathroom here. Essentially, it's going to make it really awkward. Not if they get killed though. Yeah, so Fnatic's all clearing up Nuturn anyway. I think they had a better buy this round anyway. Just double check. Oh, man. So yeah, Nuturn had a huge sort of pistol round anyway, so they were set to win this really anyway, that round. Let's see what sort of buy they will get. 4th round as well, because I can't see the economy just yet of everyone. So yeah, Fnatic have already got a lead in kills as well, which is really useful as well, just because it gets your economy going, obviously. So I'm just going to look at the guns that they've got here and the setup here as well. So they've got rifles on a lot of Fnatic, but they've got more rifles on Nuturn, having sort of that money there. So let's just see round spend. So yeah, so Fnatic, just from the guns that they've got here, potentially are going to lose this round essentially. I can't remember that I watched the game ages ago, but just with their gun buy here, basically, they are set to potentially just lose the round, just based off of their buy here. But if we see the saved credits that each team's got, Fnatic's got a much better general economy. So if they win this round, Nuturn are basically going to be absolutely shattered for the next few rounds in terms of their economy. So yeah, if Fnatic can pull this off, they're going to seriously set themselves up for just win after win in this first half, from shattering Nuturn's economy from Nuturn having bought loads. Amazing. Sometimes in like first person shooters like this, if you can use all the tactics in the world, and if you just dink people in the head and kill them, then it doesn't really matter what your setup is. It's really useful for them. Yep, they're really nicely sort of pinching on bathroom as well. Yep. Yep, so they pincered on bathroom on A really well there, which is great. Yeah, they're having a really successful. Yeah, this round's won for them. Amazing. I think Doma plays in quite a switch position, if I can remember correctly. I feel like Doma plays different champions, not just different Asians, not just yeah, that put them in a seriously good position. Was that Doma? No, I think it was Durka and then Doma. Yeah, it was Durka then Doma. Because you see Durka on Jet a lot as well. Yeah. Interesting that Durka's on that. Great kill from Magnum. All of Fnatic usually have like really good frag potential from what I've seen. But I'm slightly biased as I've watched a lot of European maps the most. Let's just rewatch that here as well. So yeah, Nuturn Lakia. So Lakia's just spamming the site with his shock dart nades as well, just to make sure that they can't plant in the default position. So nice kill there. Yeah, so Magnum's holding up the rear really well. We've got who's that? That is Perry just holding up the rear with Omen Lurk. Another thing that Boaster, Ultralot Boaster, who's here, said recently as well, that lurking's a really powerful sort of position. He does it a lot. He admits he did it a lot during the tournament as well. So lurking is a really super powerful position and has the opportunity to absolutely win rounds. But if the rest of your team is just sort of being decimated by themselves, you know, with don't know who was killed here slightly beforehand, but you know, just sort of being decimated by themselves beforehand, it doesn't have a huge impact necessarily. So Lakia here, he's just about to peak. Really, he's obviously getting pressured in from a huge number of people, Fnatic here, but really should wait for Perry on Omen, bring up the rear there, who's lurking, just to get in there to get it most efficiently. Bomb's not even down, but again, this is a I believe another pistol round for Nuturn anyway, so you can kind of do what you like. It's not a proper gun round per se just yet for Nuturn. Nice kill there. Yeah, he's going to look to save this. Or not. He'll lose this here most likely. It's these exit frags. Wow. Some really good economy damage there from Perry. Excuse me. How you doing, Steve? Hope you're doing all right. So yeah, Omen just smoking off toilets, bathroom again, and the standard setup from Sova and everything coming out. That's Lakia coming in just on the defense there to do those autos as well. So pretty much a standard setup from both teams so far. They've got a very nice standard setup. Some great kills coming off here. It's quite chaotic currently with Fnatic trying to take that site there. It's not going as well as they'd have preferred because of the Jet and Breach kills. But one thing I did just want to say though is that this sort of this kill's really great from Allow essentially here on Jet, just as they're trying to push up long here. It's a really great entry kill, and then dashes out just to get it through the teleporter. But when he's gotten the kill here, if you can just see on the on long there, he then has to TP round to A to save himself because he's in that off angle, pinned against the wall essentially. So that's the only thing that he can do, which then means he's late joining his team. And you've got to remember that Allow is a entry fragger with this Jet op essentially. Might even have, no, doesn't have ulti yet, but I suppose Suggest has still got their ulti for entering for the rest of the team anyway. But this just means that, you know, when they're trying to perform this retake, unless Lakia can, you know, sort of do that sort of really good defense against Fnatic just while they're trying to retake here for the minute, Jet's got to trundle all the way back round to join the rest of the team on B site anyway, and Fnatic are going to know that as well. Boaster, who's in-game leader making these calls as well, is probably going to take advantage of that, just going, okay, they've teed that Jet TP to save themselves. Let's go, that sort of thing. So yeah, Lakia is doing a really good job of defending the site, which is great. Yep, so fortunately they didn't need to do this anyway. And this was that was a full gun round from Fnatic as well, so really good round grabbed for Nuturn there. Even though that Jet came off there anyway. But with that early info anyway, those correct rotations can come out, so maybe even that TP here where Jet went had to go from here to here anyway. Did work out in the end, who knows? But that worked out really well for them with Nuturn. Yeah, so Solo's got this with Allow, just really advanced position here, just pushed up quite far. Allow's got his flank anyway here, so he's sort of safe. But yeah, got really good info just for steps and everything here. Just listening out for those. And Sky, so that's Magnum's just pushed up here again, listening for info. So all of them generally are playing really default positions again and again, not really switching up which positions they're going with. Breach and Raise, so Nuturn, having lost a couple of rounds, might be switching things up. So they've got Raise has now gone to B site just to have some maybe frag potential on B site as well. Lakia has got that ulti there as well, but yeah, maybe just spreading those ults to different sites to have a bit more power there and just change things up, just because they know they're not winning as many rounds maybe as they'd want to so far. Just change that up a little against Fnatic there. So yeah, they're going to hit the drone coming up here as well, so that gives really advanced information as well. Breach the, who's that? That's not allowed, that's solo. So so Sova on B site here has obviously, you know, spotted out at least one person on the B site, which means they're going to be wary of that. And Breach, debatably erroneously, has just gone, okay, it's a B hit, we can start pushing up behind them really far. But obviously Mystic's got a really advanced position up here, just lurking, waiting to see what the other guys are doing anyway. And Solo's peeked straight off of that, debatably wrongly, and just been killed here, being caught off guard by Mystic, who's already at headshot level. Anyway, they're getting this kill here. So a bit hasty from Solo there, potentially. So yeah, they're doing an A execute as well, just based off of that. So I'm just trying to think what's going on here really. So it seems like it appears that Fnatic have faked the B hit essentially from that Sova drone that they pinged with that prior info, and then tried doing that A hit. It's gone a bit wrong, and they've just rushed B site. B site's free now. Obviously they've mollied that. Boasters, excuse me, Boasters just mollied CT here just to prevent Lakia from coming onto the site, so he could still ping things on site, his grenades and his echo dart as well, but can't obviously into the site, so they can get that safe plant. And also bear in mind we've got Boaster, he's actually just used up his molly here, so he's not necessarily going to be in the best position post plant. And Durka doesn't have his ulti either, so they're going to have to play really close to the bomb here, and it's probably going to be a loss when Nuturn do come and do this retake here, unless they can pull something off. So yeah, they're going to get pinged there. So I have to pull something out of the back here. Fnatic Durka's going to have to do something absolutely amazing to sort of win this round, which is quite unlikely. Yeah, it's not winnable there. So obviously, again, Boaster used his Molotov there just to block off that CT area there, which was great, and got the plant, which is maybe what they were just aiming for. But yeah, it meant they couldn't finish out the round with that post plant correctly, with that lineup that Brimstone can have on that long there. This VOD quality is not amazing. So yeah, Lau's taking an advanced position there as well. See what he can do with this by himself. Yeah, just gets dinked by Boaster. So yeah, Boaster, so Fnatic's taken. So they've got a Marshall and a Spectre SMG here. So they've got an okay half buy, but with that mess up from Allow there as well. I assume they didn't have that. Yeah, so Boaster picked up that ult from Allow as well. They didn't buy that. So they were running a really sort of cheap economy round here. Trying to pick up as many things as possible, and that entry onto Allow, especially who's just used Jet ulti as well, who didn't convert anything off of that, it's going to really benefit them. It's going to really benefit Fnatic here. This round, let's see how it pans out. So Fnatic still, they haven't planted the bomb yet. They haven't planted the bomb yet, but they've still got that post plant with Mystic as well. Yeah, who's got one Molotov as well. See what they can do here. Nice kill from Magnum. Yeah, so this is looking like, yeah, with Mystic still alive with that Molotov as well, it's looking like Fnatic are going to most likely win this round with that Molotov. Let's just skip here. most likely the inevitable. Yeah, it's 3 versus 1. Fnatic will have this round. And Perry just saving that M4 Phantom there, just to make sure they've got a rifle for the next round as well. I'm just going to really briefly see if they've got better VODs on the website for these. Oh, they do. Just double check what round we were at. We were at 5-3. This quality from the original upload is far superior, thank God. Amazing. So back to the normal one with a proper VOD review this time, as the quality on the other one was quite dreadful there. Sorry about that. So let's just continue. So for those that don't know, EMEA is the Europe, Middle East and Africa region. So they've sort of combined Europe into this sort of, with Africa and the Middle East, mega region just to compete in, which Fnatic did amazingly well in, with, I believe it was Team Liquid as well. Yeah, everyone of Fnatic's really good at fragging, which is great. So this isn't just because I love Europe and I'm rooting for the European and British teams, which there's a few Brits on both Liquid and Fnatic, but it's also that Europe has sort of established themselves brilliantly as essentially one of the preeminent international valorant regions as well, as essentially second currently, it seems, a very, very close second to the North American region as well. I think V1 essentially, that with the, just going to make sure I get my so V1, Cat is V1, with the American, North American team, the second seed to come in as well. Hiko and a few other professionals weren't too happy that TSM, you know, and 100 Thieves and a couple of other North American teams didn't make it to this, didn't qualify, and annoyed that V1 did, but V1 obviously won second place and got that qualification there as well. So that's, I believe it was second place for V1. So that's that anyway. So yeah, if we just look at the standings here as well, V1 did get knocked out by Fnatic as well. So it's not necessarily on a region by region basis. It's essentially that Fnatic are the essentially the I'll go back to the game review in a minute, but Fnatic are generally speaking looking at the looking to be the second global team currently to beat next to Sentinels. They did get 3-0'd in 3 very, very close games. They were very sort of swinging games essentially. So a big team to look out for. Nuturn, a great Korean team coming in, and then Liquid, another really quality European team, beating out several other international teams. Crew, YNG Sharks, X10, sort of representing different Asian and other countries. And Crazy Raccoons, Japanese as well, not having as great a turnout currently, including Team Vikings. So again, it's these North American, Europe vying for #1 just by North America currently, and essentially Korea as a close third, essentially a really close third. Although Vision Strikers, seeing them come into form internationally later on this year, hopefully, will be super interesting as well. I missed this round slightly. So yeah, this is one of the main reasons why the judge that shotgun's looking at getting that nerf as well. Not a very positive experience for many people, so they made it quite a bit more expensive in this coming patch 3.0. The poor Twitch stream with that artifacting everywhere. I get the same thing with my streams. Good night, sweet prince. I think it's interesting. Casters make. I think the ones that don't play professionally, I don't play professionally either. I just play the game a lot competitively, and the rank ladder, sort of platinum sort of rank and everything. So by no means myself being the best of the best at all, and casters aren't usually sort of top ranked either. But it's sort of interesting just to see, especially with a new game like Valorant, what casters are sort of producing about it. I know Wardell has disagreed with a couple of casters going after certain people for misunderstanding certain things. Sometimes there's a little clip of it online, and there's other sort of interesting bits, because as Valorant's such a new game, it's this sort of Overwatch Counter-Strike mixture a bit. Essentially it's got its own new rules that are being established permanently. It's got its own quirks and everything that are slightly different to other esports. It's only been, it's this first year of Valorant esports that we're seeing, and Valorant release in general. So it's all a very new scene basically, and some of the most it's interesting to see sometimes how, in my opinion, certain casters can really excuse me, really understand the intricacies of the game sometimes, and then other times sort of completely miss the point on what's going on. I think casters have got a really important job of hyping up certain really important moments and everything, and needing to make these big plays feel great for the community, and making these great sort of key lines and everything. Hiko, what was that? Are you kidding me? In the community and everything, but can sort of oversimplify things for audiences sometimes, especially in a new game like Valorant, which doesn't have a huge extensive history behind it yet to what the competitive game deeply is about and everything, which I find really interesting. Some of the pro players and casters just generally disagreeing on opinions about how the game should be played and everything. In my opinion, I think professionals have got a better eye for what the game is on about than casters, who are great at speaking and communicating games, but not necessarily having the highest level of understanding always of games and everything in that manner. Anyway, let's get back to this. That's a story for another time. Still have faith in Durka. Durka's a great fragger. I'm sure he'll frag correctly. Just taking a look at the buys on this round again as well. So Nuturn have built up themselves a really good economy here. They've got not necessarily economy, but they've got a really great buy this round. Whereas Doma and Durka are lacking proper guns this round, so they need to convert those correctly if possible. So yeah, Durka's trade kill there was really good. Just trading out that Deagle, that Sheriff. Nice. So Fnatic having a really good round this round. considering what buy they have. And Magnum's got the jump on Lakia here, just for that trade kill. Oh, amazing. Some really great kills here. Oh, the counter read from Magnum there. Genius. That was clutch. Great. Really nice play. That's going to be really key for them as well. I think that was a really key money round right there for both teams, from what I understand. That's some really nice control from Magnum there. He's probably been solo queuing Sky a lot for that sort of curving of the bird around the corner. I find physically curving certain abilities like Jet's smoke and Sky's birds, having to actually hold your mouse and curve them around corners really hard, and the mechanics designed really well, but it's really hard to get used to, I find. So quite a skillful bird from Sky there. Definitely been practicing. Could convert this with those judges there. Boaster will be making these calls though with sort of look out for the close angles, guys. Let's avoid this hookah area here where they've both probably just double stacked judges. There's at least one judge there just in hookah, so instead opting for those long range duels essentially, just to correctly win the gun round, the rifle round, which is a good call. So Sky's gonna, Sky's dogged out there just to check those really close angles in bathroom here, because they don't want to get judged again. They've learnt their lesson, it seems. Fnatic. Nice. This round could have gone wildly different if those judges hit. Excuse me. I think for half a second he saw the Vandal and wanted to pick it up just before he got killed. That breach there, that's solo. I want to see their economies. Yeah, so they've essentially both got buys this round. Force quite a bit. How much have they got? So team credits. So yeah, Fnatic's built up an amazing economy for themselves. Really solid economy. Got 11k in the bank, whereas Nuturn have only got those. They've got 400 credits left. Nuturn are struggling. Nice kill there. It's not going to be enough though, they've already sort of executed really well. I'm just going to check those smokes from Boaster as well. So interestingly, you see this this heaven smoke that could have been prevented there. I think Boaster, who had one more smoke as well. If you see this truck here, this can be smoked. Where I'm just hovering here to block off that heaven, and Lakia just about 5 seconds prior gets this kill here. I think that could have been really prevented from Boaster. Boaster's a really great in-game leader and tactician, but that could have been prevented, and you'll probably see that in the VOD as well. It could have just been the moment though, spur of the moment. You know, sort of having to shot call and manage everything else that was going on. They won the round regardless. Nice kill from Lakia, but a mistake that could have been prevented more easily. Just learning how to use the pen app as well. I love how close Boaster plays to his screen. I like to play really close to my screen as well. Excuse me. Ooh, it's getting late. I'm yawning a lot. Excuse me. Let's just take a look at both sides sets up again. So obviously at this point we're in the second half. We've got a changeover. Fnatic are now CT defending, and Nuturn, I should have commented on this before, are attacking as well. So let's just take a brief look at the scoreboard as well. So we've got Fnatic getting a great chain of a couple of wins here, and Nuturn sort of scraping their rounds together there as well. So just on this round here, on after round 5, getting probably max loss bonus, Nuturn managed to build up their economy. This was the really key couple of rounds in the first half. I'm getting too much ink over the screen. This specifically, round 2 was really great. So Fnatic really slimly lost round 1 on that pistol, just because Mystic didn't have that next molly, unfortunately, just to win that, and missed the shot on Perry at the beginning. But the second round they brought it back really great. So I think they might have brought up fully, I can't remember correctly, and then built up their economy up really greatly as well. And then the third round, they that half buy that we spoke about earlier, they managed to convert amazingly the Jet. So Allow messed up, and then basically they set themselves up for another 2 wins here as well. Their Nuturn built up their loss bonus economy, scratched off another round, and then Fnatic built up their economy again and won loads at the end there again as well. So Fnatic playing it brilliantly. They took some risks. Again, I listened to Boaster a lot. Boaster says in certain situations taking risks is great, and there's great payoff, and that was one of them. I think this sort of third round is quite common for teams to do this sort of half buy to risk, you know, being able to bolster their economy for even more rounds afterwards, and it really paid off with them there as well, just on these SMGs and everything, completely wiping out the first halves of Nuturn's economy. Really great plays here, and playing the economy game really well, really cleverly. Both teams are playing exceptionally well, but you know, playing at a really high level. But it's about these small advantages and everything, and risk managing correctly. So that was the last round there as well. So this is, I didn't miss it. They've changed just now. They've changed over sides just now. So no economy items to really look at currently. Let's just skip towards the round. Oh, they've got a tactical timeout. So I think Fnatic just taking that tactical time out there just really briefly to sort of reset themselves, obviously going, okay, we've got a really good advantage, but we need to now play our defense really well as well. Just resetting their mindset, not getting too overconfident, what they're probably doing there, hopefully. Yeah, I'm not too sure what Suggest is. My brain blip here, but I'm not too sure what Suggest is doing. Trying to sort of sit behind this crate, this fake cover here, this wooden box, so you're going to get shredded through if you're not careful. Yeah, I'm not too sure what he's doing. They're just sort of sitting there. Boaster's obviously set up this as well. So Boaster sitting on backside B has smoked off both these areas here as well, and just communicated to push. For Doma and Magnum to push through this smoke. Some great sketches from me here, ignore those, but just to push through here, and I think Suggest is messed up here, sort of aggressively pushing mid by himself without his breach and other sort of teammates, Perry, etc., sort of helping. They were quite far off. If they don't capitalize off of the space that they've just made here, they've got Solo by himself here. If they don't capitalize off of the fact that they've just taken that kill there, it's not very useful for them. If you kill a defender or counter-terrorist CT and capitalize off of that and make that push in to make that space, that kill becomes worth it. If you don't capitalize off of that space that you created from killing the defenders, then it doesn't become as worthwhile at all, essentially. So let's just see what happens here. So yeah, Solo's just sort of sitting by himself currently, using flashes. Yep, Fnatic are doing a huge rotate. So yeah, this is a really confused round. And Nuturn, yeah, so they know they're executing on A now. So even though they're a player down, they've already got this site control hugely. Fnatic misread the rotate, I think, there. That sets up Nuturn really well. Let's see what happens in the second and third round. First 3 rounds in a half, I think, are super duper key, and can set you up for, can set the pace for that whole like half of the match. So that whole quarter of the match basically, and are really important there. Just see what happens here. It also sets the sort of mental state going into the second half as well. But at this level, I think pros are really sort of mentally, they've got great mental rigidity anyway to just sort of bounce back from those things anyway, so less of a problem usually. Yeah, they know that's an important round. Excuse me. Nice little dink there from Doma. So yeah, again, Nuturn are doing a similar thing, whereby it's similar to Cash in Counter-Strike and Dust 2, often in these sort of positions, whereby you just sort of leave the bomb, leave the spike for half the round, basically seeing how both sides pan out and what kills and what info you get, and then rotating back through to the other side, and the people that are late picking it up get that bomb whilst people take the site for you. So just sort of on your way back to rotating to the proper site, you come through and pick up the bomb there as well. The spike, I should say. Woo. See what Doma can do. Not much. Yeah, they've been outbought this round anyway. Ooh, wow. There's still not much you can do with that anyway. Let's try. So again, second round of the half, really good. Thanks, Siri. So yeah, technically, if it wasn't, you know, this type of game, shouldn't necessarily have gotten those kills, but these kills do sort of happen in those sort of moments. And Mystic got some really nice double dinks with the Classic there. Classic's a really great gun. It's insane. Such good value. I really like this technique. I don't know if many people have spoken about it a lot. I think I might have heard one or two casters speaking about it, but when soloing here, it's really clever. It's the small details that are great. I forgot about this, but yeah, maybe it's just the Koreans, I don't know, but this sort of hiding, if you can see, I'll slow it down slightly as well for emphasized effect. So if you just watch here, Lakia on Sova ulting, he's looking up. I thought about this a while ago, and I think one or two casters had spoken about it, but it's basically to hide your highlighters, your highlighted aim. So when you Sova ult, obviously you get that highlighted field of where you're looking at and where the other team need to dodge. But if you can really slowly manage to align what you'd call that what part on the horizontal x-axis you're going to look at, and then slowly bring it up because your aim slowed into that position. Into that position there. You're going to cover most of what you're looking at and what most of the indicators the other team are going to be, and bring it up and hopefully catch some people. So really clever usage by Lakia there. I think I've seen other people use it as well. Maybe it's just Nuturn. But so yeah, sort of looking at the ground and bringing your Sova ulti up to sort of, yeah, it works really well there. Skewer people like that. Really great technique. This is interesting. The Valorant's one of these really interesting early stages whereby it's been a year and we're still sort of, as a community and generally learning, you know, what the most optimal way to play is, and we're still going to be, you know, years down the line learning these ways of doing things as well. Really interesting just to find these new ways of doing things. So we won this round as well. Yeah, Boaster missed his. 1 second. Boaster missed his molly in Lamps U-Haul there. Should have gotten that better really, but that's quite hard to line up. Is that a pistol from them at all as well, or half buy? So a very similar buy round actually, so not too much risk. But yeah, Nuturn taking one back there. Nice clutch ult orb there from Magnum. Nice Sheriff kill. Oh no. No. No, he's gonna die there. That was a seriously good eco. That was a seriously good eco from Fnatic there. It's nice, some nice kills from Suggest. That smoke's going to go in a minute. Nice. Doma knew that though, the Perry I don't think did. Nice timing. Less timing, more knowledge of when the smoke was going to go. Nice round from Fnatic here. This is really going to affect Nuturn's confidence, I think, coming out from a loss against an eco and now straight after that a rifle as well. I think their mental's going to go slightly from this. You know where you are. They know where you are now. Just have a look at this here. Yeah, some really nice smokes from Boaster here. So Boaster's obviously smoked off here, so Suggest is jumping out blind essentially off of that breach ulti, hoping that everyone's caught by it. But I don't know if they should have done something else as well, but basically Boaster's just staring straight at Suggest and doinks him right in the head here. Straight out of the air. Nice kill there. Nice, I like doing that as well, so a nice little fake stim pack. So he throws out the stim pack right side and runs left side here, Boaster, just to get that kill there, because Breach assumes that he's going to be right side there. Breach was staring at him on this left side here though, so maybe he read it quite well. Solo read it quite well, I don't know. It's high level play. Start getting in everyone in the other team's head really well. I just think it's a really high level there and on a pro play level. That's a nice little setup there as well. Solo getting Solo flashing in for Allow just to come up on that left side there. They've fortunately buffed Breach, so this isn't needed as much. So whatchamacallit, so Solo can Breach can solo flash by themselves now. As much as, whereas Breach has always been a setup dependent sort of agent up until now, with this big new patch having to flash in other teammates. But yeah, nice little setup here, nice little. Oh. Let's watch that again there. So Magnum's just essentially. Yeah, Magnum's just getting the info there as well. And Solo flashes in, arrow there, and arrow dashes in. some really nice ability to usage from both teams here, using it correctly, how it should be used. Again, I'm not a professional myself, but I put the fluffy pillow there. Which one, like the muffin that you're holding? Who knows?
It's a muffin.
Go crazy, go crazy.
Muffin? Muffin?
Baiting the cat with a muffin. The cat's come in, and so is my girlfriend. No, it's fine. Terrorising.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to look, I'm doing something. Huh? Oh, and they get timed out here as well. Yeah, Nuturn getting a bit worried here as well. So obviously they've messed up their execute here as well. Yeah, so they just get forced off of this. This is really unfortunate from Nuturn. They've left it really super late here. Sort of. Yeah, so they just sit there now. Really unfortunate for Nuturn. Yeah, Nuturn are in. I feel are likely going to be in their heads a lot here. Don't feed her. God. Let's have another look at the rifles as well, so buy around for both teams as well. Fnatic, yeah, have just got this huge sort of gold lead or money economy lead here as well now, so having to spend effectively nothing, whereas Nuturn have got a full buy round but just having to pay completely out of pocket for it. So again, are just going to be absolutely sort of economy decimated if they lose this round as well. See what's happening here as well. Dirk has got his Sova ulti as well. Yeah, it just seems like they're winning their angels on this one and having misplayed sort of positioning a bit. I don't think there's too much key behind them having lost their angels there, Nuturn, but yeah. So yeah, Durka played really nicely around this wall here. If Durka got taken out there, the round could have been really different. But excuse me, he's managed to just swoop around the wall there that he knew the length of, and maybe heard them coming in and just get both kills there, which is really nice by Durka there. So I actually got 3 kills. Durka's amazing load there. Really nice plays from Durka. No, sorry, not Durka. No, it was Durka, yeah. That was Lakia. Lakia. So yeah, you've got really. So yeah, Nuturn are now force buying here. They know they're pressured for rounds and everything as well. That if Fnatic just win 1 to 2 more rounds, the game's over essentially. So Fnatic have still just got a really nice buy. Whereas Suggest is lurking here with a Spectre. It's lurking with a Spectre is really powerful, but sort of limited with what you can do. What the ult situation like as well. So just Durka having that ulti as well. See how this plays out. But yeah, Fnatic have got a great economy. Nuturn have managed to scrap together a buy. Suggest might peak this. Yeah. He tried to get it and get out of there, but managed to got a bit screwed from that. Doma. Wow. So Mystic caught that really nicely. That was a great kill there. Valorant sort of walk peeking kill. Juggle kill. Yeah, that round's one for them there. Nuturn, it's looking over for Nuturn here really, unless they can pull something outstanding out of the bag. Don't know if they converted that well. Yeah, did Doma lurked that really hard, but again, if they got the conversion out of that Doma kill there as well, because obviously both raises killed each other there. Again, that benefited the CT side as well a bit, debatably, because you know Nuturn didn't really convert off of that correctly, off of that random kill they got there. But they probably thought it was safe because he was utilitying everything. Suggest. Just doing a really nice hold there. And they've moved a lot of, Fnatic have moved a lot of people on the floor. They've got a lot of people on the floor, on the ground in B and Hookah there as well. So yeah, Doma's getting all of this really sort of advanced information there as well, which is great. I was going to say that it sometimes could be better for Sky to sort of get that earlier information towards Hookah than Raze with more of those info finding abilities like the bird and dog abilities. But if the first character that you're meeting, if the first agent that you're facing off against when you're pushing into a site is Raze, you're probably going to take a lot of chip damage and casualties from meeting something like a grenading Raze as well. See, that's really clever as well from Fnatic, just healing up Doma, who's taking all of this chip damage essentially, getting healed up by Sky and then going back in. Really clever. Nice try. Yeah, that Sova dart doesn't really mean much when 2 people on a team have just died. They've lost the bomb as well, and they know it. They've got like a huge stack. although they just got absolutely wiped out, and such is the game. No. Well, they've won that game as well. I saw this live. This was ages ago. GG's to both teams. And you've got to remember Boast is the in-game leader tactician as well, so he's not necessarily got pressure on him to be getting these frags as well, but putting those sort of rounds out as well. Great game from both sides, basically, and I think Fnatic generally, just from what I can remember during all of this overall, managed to get many sort of nicer reads on situations, luckier kills, but I think those luckier kills being facilitated by, not the player luckier kills being facilitated by this correct idea of risk taking from Fnatic as well, which I've heard Boaster talk about, just sort of picking situations which are going to be worthwhile taking, stating what can we gain from this, especially in the earlier rounds to build up your economy as well. They played some of the early rounds fantastically. Nuturn did win that first round there, but tactically just playing the game better. Great ability usage from Fnatic. Again, I'm European, so I'm going to be biased, but as unbiased as possible, with Fnatic proving themselves as the better team in this best of 3 and then going on to the finals as well to face off against Shazam and Sentinels, and losing that to the better team, Sentinels, although slimly. So again, a really good play from both teams in this match here, essentially. And going to look to review more of these types of games in the future, hopefully. But yeah, so fantastic play from both teams, and I think Nuturn during this tournament came up with a lot of really interesting career meta plays, essentially. So those judges, some of those Haven spam setups as well have been hugely adopted. Some of Boaster's walls, they said he's talked to Mystic as well, essentially just to set up everything like this. So overall, really interesting game to analyse, especially at the high levels. It's always super interesting to analyse these types of games. Really enjoyed watching this tournament as well, and really looking forward to Berlin as well. So fab. I'm going to sign off for the evening and hope you all have a good evening. Thanks for watching. Bye.